going now. Hello and welcome back to an episode of Rhasucraft with me, Nyax25, otherwise known as Nyax Rasu. And today I am back at the super smelter looking at it, and I just want to apologize for the previous video. I'm still learning this thing, and after editing and watching the other video I realized I had made a blunder, and I want to apologize for it right here and right now. Essentially what it comes down to is that thing is noisy, and I'm aware it's noisy, and my reaction to it being noisy in the previous video was to turn my computer's volume down, but it did not occur to me that you guys would have to suffer through that inordinate amount of noise. So what I'm going to do right here and right now is I'm going to go in my settings, and I'm going to go down to audio. And I'm going to take the sound volume and go down a little bit. So there we go. No more extremely loud, noisy, bothersome stuff with any luck. So I just wanted to start this video off by saying I'm sorry for that inconvenience. While I'm kind of sitting here thinking out loud, go ahead and say that today's project is going to be working on the large wall that is around the water monument that's that way, about 150 or so blocks, and it'll be extremely boring, so I might just peek in once in a while and just show you some progress and see where we're going. I don't have the third-party software to do a out-of-body experience for you guys to just watch me do stuff. I don't think you'd want to watch that anyway, so with that note, I'm going to go ahead and cut it out, and maybe here in a little bit I'll share some more. See you in a bit. Okay, well, I'm over at the site of the water monument. There's my base over there. I'm going to go and take a dip in the water here and just kind of show the stuff off a little bit. The goal today is we're going to be peeling back another layer or two of the water monument. And I'm in the big part, so it takes longer. So I have to constantly go back and fix my pickaxe. So that, because this isn't an active water monument, I don't really have the option to get lots and lots of experience yet. So, yeah, I'm going to probably get to finish at least this wall, if not maybe the wall on the other side, because I'm using this prismarine block here and then the other prismarine block over there. I'm kind of, using them both just to have a uniform look, and I'm going to use a super smelter at some point and finish not that wall, but that wall that you can't see over there. So I will go ahead and get to it. We'll just see some progress here in a little bit, and we'll go from there. And as I'm sitting here working on stuff, it occurred to me that maybe I could spend some time and actually talk about what my plan is for this. I haven't decided yet if I'm actually going to drain the water monument. There's some new designs that you basically just cube up the spawn points of the guardians and funnel them into a location, and then do whatever you want to do with them there. Or I could drain the whole thing and make a traditional guardian farm, which I would not be using sponges. I would be using flying machines, and that's not quite as, it's more fun. It's just as tedious as using a sponge, but it uses a whole lot less sand, and I'm not exactly rolling in the sand. But if I do drain it, which is my preferred method, in all honesty, I will have just this humongous perimeter, basically, which would allow me to build any number of farms. And I haven't quite decided what I want to do. I had imagined, because it's far enough away from the iron farm, that I should be able to put a trading hall over here with an infinite villager spawner. I'm not really sure the mechanics of that. I'd have to look into it a bit and kind of do some research, but that would allow me to have more trades, which would be beneficial. I can get rid of all that string and get more emeralds and get better gear. I mean, there's no reason not to have some kind of township of villagers. I know one negative part to that would be I would start getting raids, because I've only had one pillager this entire time on my island, and it was just one pillager. It was completely random. So and other farms, I don't know. I haven't really completely thought about it, but it's going to be cool. The last time I built one of these, I literally only had the Guardians, and it was during a time when there was a bug in Bedrock, surprisingly, that the Guardians themselves would spawn outside of water, and I had to use half slabs over the entire thing to make sure that they spawned exactly where I wanted them to. And I believe that bug has been fixed. So I will have all this space that won't be half slabbed and it'll be Guardian free to do stuff with. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. It'll be interesting to see what happens, I think. So a couple more thoughts for you. So I'm sitting here, grinding away at this silly thing. And it occurred to me that maybe you've never gone into a Guardian farm, or I'm sorry, a water monument, and are curious, what's the best way of doing that? And I think I could probably tell you with some measure of authenticity that the best way to enter a water monument is to be fully prepared. You need a couple different things to be safe in a water monument. You need to enchant your armor. The best enchantments for water anything is Aqua Affinity and Respiration and Depth Strider. The higher you can get it, the better off you are. Those things will allow you to move faster underwater, breathe a little bit, or lose your breath a little bit slower, and allow you to mine at a normal speed, because all those things are against you in the water. So if you go to a water monument and you don't have, in particular, the Aqua Affinity, you're not going to have an easy time getting into the water monument from the top. And that's really ideally where you kind of want to start, because the first Elder Guardian is in a chamber that was directly underneath that, and that is the last thing that makes water monument working so much easier, and it is a conduit. You acquire a conduit by doing finding a treasure map and then finding the treasure that it indicates is buried there. I was extremely lucky on this particular map. There was a shipwreck and a treasure map that led me to an island that was real close to mine, and it didn't take a whole lot of work. I did dig up almost the entire island trying to find it, but I was able to make a conduit fairly early in the game. And then just having the conduit's not enough. You have to activate it, and it activates very similar to how you would activate a enchanting table. So I hope I don't have to go into that, but basically you just build that box around the conduit and it activates. And the more of the conduit building that you have on there, the better the conduit works. So this conduit doesn't deactivate until I'm really close to where the wheat farm is for my base. So bonking the Elder Guardians is the next important thing to do. After you get geared up and are fully equipped to deal with all this stuff, conduit makes the Elder Guardians lots easier, because you get the underwater breathing effect, plus I think it gives you a form of Depth Strider, but it definitely also gives you a form of night vision. The night vision allows you to see better, so if I were to get out in the night and the conduit power go away, I would have a harder time seeing. Right now I can see whatever I can see on land underwater, which is spectacular. Water tends to make things difficult to see. So yeah, there are 3 Elder Guardians in a Guardian farm. The first one, like I said, would be directly underneath where that conduit is now. The second one is usually in a chamber, which I've already, I think, destroyed, and then you just wander around until you find them. They kind of move around a little bit. They're not always in the same spot. A lot of times you'll get lucky, and while you're trying to find them, find other things. But the Elder Guardians, the reason you need to get rid of them is they give you an effect, almost like a jump scare. You're never really expecting it, because it has a graphic that goes with it initially, and it's called Mining Fatigue, and it makes it so that even if you are fully equipped to dig and mine underneath water, it increases the dig speed by enough that it's extremely annoying. So it would be slower than that even. it would take like as long as it would do to get rid of obsidian in the time that it would take you to normally just do anything else. So maybe in another Let's Play video I'll go to another one of these water monuments and kind of go through the process, because the one thing that these water monuments do have that's worth going into them for is inside this chamber right here was 4 blocks of gold. That is extremely useful. And they also have sponges, which are also useful. So I'm going to go ahead and collect all this stuff, and I might give another update here in a little bit. Now, my pickaxe is almost bonked, so it's time for me to fix that. And I was going to go and just mend it, but then I remembered that I have a whole bunch of Unbreaking 2 diamond pickaxes, and this is also Unbreaking 2, so it might actually be in my best interest to use that instead of wasting my time mending it, because it becomes Unbreaking 3. So now I will get a little bit more use out of that before I need to mend it, which is good. And then I should probably, while I'm thinking about it, maybe even try to see if I have a something else to make that a little bit better. Efficiency 4. Holy cow, that's perfect. Yeah, let's see how much that costs. I'm going to use up all my levels just right now. Where is it? There it is. And then that, see, at 19. But I get efficiency 4 and Unbreaking 3, fortune 2, so I just need one more fortune book on that thing. And so yeah, that'll be extremely useful and helpful, and maybe make this thing go just a little bit faster. And it's bedtime, so I gotta take a nap. Oh, it's morning. Alright, time to get back to the grind. Alright, just go up here and turn off the recorder. So, yeah, I made a good decision. Look at that. Who needs one of those beacons? Who needs a beacon? This is gonna go a lot faster. That efficiency thing was probably one of the more dangerous things I've done today. I keep a good close eye on my pickaxe. I don't currently have a villager that'll trade me those because of a little incident I had with a lightning bolt. So, yeah, cool. Look at that. And I'm falling, and I'm still going so fast I didn't even notice. All right. Well, I thought I'd show a little bit of the progress we've made. I've cleared out a small section of the water monument. Just go ahead and come down here, and maybe you can tell a difference. I don't know if you can or not. I've been looking at it for a while. But it looks like I've only really got maybe just this layer left right here. I mean, I'm doing it 3 or 4 blocks at a time. So just dig through here real quick and see, because that is the base of the water monument right there. So the next level that I get rid of will be the last. So then I'm not sure what I'm going to do after that, but getting the water monument cleared out is definitely step 1. So I think I'm going to go ahead and try and do that right now, and we'll see what it looks like here in it'll be a few seconds for you guys. Alright. Now, so I had to come back and mend my pickaxe, and I went ahead and took a shower and worked on editing the video a little bit to give this thing time to fill up with some skeletons. Evidently, I found the sweet spot, because there are a lot of villagers here, and look at that pickaxe just fill up. That is very satisfying. I'll have to remember to do this for the next time. Oh yeah. I better bonk them all though. I gotta be careful though, this pickaxe will tear through my wall with no time to spare. Oh yeah, look at that. I could probably get some more work done now. Oh, and that's the last one. Alright, well, back to the water monument. My next update will be the wrap-up, man. I don't know about you guys, but there's nothing quite as satisfying as picking up just gobs of items. Just gobs and gobs of items. Look at all this stuff. Just look at it. Just look at it. So much stuff. I'm willing to bet I lost some of this stuff in the process of breaking all of it, because despawn rate is after about 5 minutes. So if you don't pick something up in 5 minutes, you have lost it. Like, for example, I don't want to lose my sea lanterns. I need those. Those are why I'm doing this, other than prismarine blocks and fish. God, man, I cannot wait to get all the fish. All the fish this thing's gonna produce. I really don't want the fish. I don't know if you could tell I was being sarcastic or not. I was totally being sarcastic. That was me being sarcastic, in case you were curious. That's what sarcasm sounds like. Anyway, now sea lanterns are definitely helpful. They are once the farm is up and running, basically a free light source. That is really the best item you can possibly get from a guardian farm. There is, of course, the aspect to the experience you could potentially get. Oh, by the way, it's clear. Totally clear. Actually, hold on. Get in the water for just a second and then hop out. It's nighttime. I got my effect on. Look at that. Completely empty except for a couple holes because this pickaxe is ridiculous. Anyway, snoring. Oh my god. I am in the ocean. So one of the things I need to do, I finished that wall there like I thought I would, and I finished that wall over there like I was hoping I would. And in case you're curious what a water monument amount of materials is, it would have been more. I seriously did lose a whole bunch. Because I am in love with my pickaxe. This thing is ridiculous. I was literally just tearing it up. It was cool. And on that note, however, I believe that is the end of the water monument purging. The water monument is cleared out. The next step is to figure out exactly what my next step is. And if you have any suggestions or ideas, go ahead and leave a comment below. If you like the video, go ahead and hit that like button. Or if you want to hear more, go ahead and click that subscribe button. This series is extremely early and it's in its infancy, for a big word there. The more likes and views I get, the more likely I'll continue making it. If I don't get enough, I might just go ahead and abandon the project, which would be sad. I'll continue playing. I might not share as much. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that. If you guys have had a great time, please let me know. I'd appreciate it. Your feedback is important. I don't have a fancy way of saying goodbye, so I'm just going to say, see you next time.